we are going to investigate elements, or rather metals, reacting with oxygen. When any metal reacts with oxygen, we form a metal oxide. Those metal oxides are a little bit different each time. Oxygen, remember, is always a diatomic molecule. So what we're going to do first is we're going to construct a table with elements, and the elements are given here: lithium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, iron, and copper. What color was the flame? What did the product look like? And what was the balanced chemical equation? Now, if I'm going to react a metal and an oxygen, let's take a look first at something like lithium and oxygen. Remember, the oxygen's diatomic. I will form something called lithium oxide. But lithium oxide, I need to check what its formula is. Lithium has a valency of 1. Oxygen has a valency of 2, which means that I'll need 2 lithiums to go with 1 oxygen. So it's Li2O, which means I'm going to have to put a balancing number of a 2 in front of that. Let us check our balanced equation. 2 lithiums, 2 oxygens. 2 lithiums, 1 oxygen. That means I'm going to have to put a balancing number in front over here of 2. That will create 2 oxygens, but inconveniently 4 lithiums and 2 lithiums. So I'm going to need to change that to 4Li plus O2 gives me 2Li2O. And we are going to need to work through each of these. Sodium plus oxygen gives me sodium oxide. Potassium plus oxygen, potassium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen, magnesium oxide. Calcium plus oxygen, calcium oxide. Iron plus oxygen is going to give me iron oxide, and I think we're going to work towards iron 3 oxide. And copper plus oxygen gives me copper 2 oxide. Here's your table, all nicely constructed. You need to put this onto a piece of paper before continuing to watch the videos to see the answers to each of these questions. First, we're going to look at lithium and oxygen. Lithium burns with a bright white flame in oxygen. So I need to say lithium plus oxygen gives me lithium oxide. I need to balance that with a 2 and a 4. Sodium burns with a yellow flame in oxygen. You need to write the balanced equation for that, and the product is going to be a white powder, as it was with lithium oxide. Potassium burning in oxygen with a violet flame. Again, you are going to need to write the balanced equation, and again, you can see the white product that is formed here. There are a number of YouTube videos that you can watch for calcium, magnesium, copper, and iron burning in oxygen. They are documented. Calcium burns with a bright orange flame. This is the orange flame from the Bunsen burner, but it's going to ignite, and then that is blinding just in the sense that it's having to refocus
looks white, but as it settles, you'll see that it's actually a very bright orange flame, and that's the burning of calcium. Produces calcium oxide because it has reacted with the oxygen, so it's calcium plus oxygen gives me calcium oxide. Magnesium burns in oxygen with a blinding white flame. So the magnesium gets ignited and then put into pure oxygen, and the flame is a blinding white flame. We're not supposed to look at it. Magnesium plus oxygen gives me magnesium oxide. Here we are burning copper, and the copper is turning into copper oxide. So copper plus oxygen gives me copper oxide. It's a bit of an orange glow as it burns, and that forms copper oxide, which is a black powder. Over here we're going to put iron, and we're going to burn that. We're just burning it in air. Again, we're going to land up with a bit of an orange glow. And again, this time we form iron oxide, which really is rust. So it's going to be a bit reddish brown in color. And once again, we're going to burn magnesium now. This is a strip of magnesium ribbon. It's not in pure oxygen, it's just in air, but you're going to see the bright white flame all over again. So it's magnesium plus oxygen gives you magnesium oxide.
Just take a look at the stock notation for copper 2 oxide and iron 3 oxide, which are the products when copper burns in oxygen and when iron burns in oxygen. So what are these colors going to be? This is going to be a reddish brown product. This one's going to be a black product. Magnesium oxide is a white product, as is calcium oxide.